right. Well, look, the biggest news in our community, continues to be Andrew climbing Everest. He's out there and trying to get to that summit. So apparently, he had a post early this morning, and he said that no individual has actually made it to the summit so far this year. So, so that shows just how difficult the conditions are. I mean, he always shows these pictures where it looks like bright blue skies, but when you're up on Everest, that can change in a moment. And apparently, they're having a lot of trouble setting one of the key areas, which is the Khumbu ice shelf, and which is part of the Khumbu Glacier that they have to cross. And I was just doing some research on it. Apparently, it moves 3 to 4 feet per day, which is why it's so difficult to sort of get stable footing and set a stable trail across it. More deaths have happened on that Khumbu Ice Falls than anywhere else on Everest. So it's good that he's being cautious. He's still hoping to make a push for the summit, but as he says here, everybody's going to be rushing for that, because the window is closing, right? Once it hits June, my understanding is they generally, they sort of abandon all attempts at the summit. So let's hope it's not all in vain. Andrew's, as he says here, cold in the body and burnt on the face. So he's dealing with the elements up there, and but seems to be retaining his good spirits. So we'll send him love and good wishes, and hope he manages to make that summit and comes back so we can experience his lovely trading back here in the room sometime soon.
Hey, what's going on, Bear Bull traders? How's it happening? It is Friday, or as my son likes to say, Fry-yay. And we are getting some trading going here. We had some really good trades today. Pre-market show had some good stuff dialed in. And some of us were kind of waiting for some news events, but some really, really good stuff today. And we're going to go ahead and do a recap on that for you. Before I get that started, shout and hello to my favorite trading compadre, the prophet of profit, Mr. Brian Pezum. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, thank you. Had a pretty good day, and yourself?
I'm doing
good Friday.
Yeah, for Friday, ready to wrap this thing up. And, I say it, and people don't believe me, but somehow we do always make money. So, I think we have some good trades to go over and show these people what we've been up to. So, why don't you go ahead and hit yours, and then I'll close out with mine.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't really liking very much at the open, and I was watching a few stocks, AMD. But one of our members in the room had mentioned FSLR, so I kind of had the chart off on the side, and FSLR was trading upon some news. I kind of didn't like it because of the spread was, because it's a high price stock, so spread can be wider, but it just ripped at the open, and so I just jumped in on it and just rode this thing up. Got in around 208 and change, and the last bit I think I took off was around 215, and unfortunately I missed some of that move up to 225. But I know you have that and shorting the SPY with you. So you can talk about your SPY short, because I kind of just piggybacked on that one
for sure.
With you.
For sure. So. FSLR, man, these are the stocks that make me wish I was good at momentum trading, because I'm a cam trader, or a pivot trader, so this is where all my pivots are by the time all this happens. So I look at this and I just go, well, nope. Right, I can't do anything with it. But look, this beautiful, you do your falling angel, and this kind of represented itself that way at the open. It was extended and hovering well above VWAP, and then it opened close to it, pulled back into the 9 and 20, held VWAP. That's pretty classic Pezum stuff right there. Popped off of it. So I'm not surprised to see that you were enticed to get into this thing and got a really nice run of it. I believe a good chunk of the room, this ended up being the best trader for the day for a lot of members in the room that took that with you. So great call there.
Yeah.
I pulled a daily chart up here just to the side too. Look at it. You can see this thing yesterday was like at about $180. So what a crazy gap and go on FSLR. It doesn't always trade well, but when it gets spicy, as we say, it can certainly turn in some pretty fun days. So Great grab
Yeah.
on that one.
And shout out to Jaden to bring me attention back to that one of our members here. So
Yeah, the power
Yeah,
of the community.
good,
We talk about how awesome it is. We
exactly.
don't do this on our own, even as moderators and all of that stuff, right? We're constantly looking in the room. We got tons of great traders in here calling out great ideas. So, so that's awesome. So one of the other things we kind of saw, kind of after as FSLR was getting going, we were kind of paying attention to the news, because we knew at 10 o'clock we had our consumer sentiment coming out. So we were kind of being aware of that, and Brian certainly took advantage of a nice rip on FSLR leading into that time frame. But right around leading into 10 o'clock, our order book really, and for those of you who are not aware, this crazy thing here is called bookmap, and it's a visual level too, kind of a heat map. At Bookmap Pro on Twitter if you want to check them out. But you can see we started getting a lot of sellers really close to the price, and then we started actually having a lot of large selling started hitting the bid as well leading into the numbers release. So I kind of thought we were going to sell. We also had some big bids presenting lower, so I went ahead and got short, and then we started selling, and then the order book cleared ahead of the numbers, and once the numbers came out, I got a really nice fill down here when it wicked, and that's what this trade looked like here. So you can see, as we were holding for us cam traders, I was under R3, under R4, which is a perfect spot I like to short. I got short using the R3, and then I got the drop, some good partials. I added at VWAP, and then those numbers came out, and we just dropped like a rock after that. So I still got a couple shares on. I actually have a big range order in that I'm setting, hoping today is going to be a larger trend day. So I actually have some orders set all the way down to 410 to see if maybe by the end of the day, we can run to the bottom of the range where we bought up yesterday and see if I can get a piece of that. And if we do, that'll be a really nice score. But otherwise, over goal on this, this little sweet trade here. So, happy to call it that and end out this Friday on a good note.
Mm-hmm. Sweet.
Cool. Well, awesome. Well, that is our recap, y'all. I really appreciate everybody. One reminder out there, our fearless leader, Andrew, is working every single day tirelessly to acclimate himself and prepare himself for his opportunity to go summit Everest. I just want to remind everybody the power of good vibes. Please make sure to just kind of keep him in your thoughts and your well wishes as you're thinking about that. He is, he's the reason most of us are here. So we want to keep that good mojo, the good vibes, karma, all that good stuff heading his way. Also, what helps him get to summit better is likes. So if you like and subscribe to this video, that actually makes it easier for him to get. I'm not really sure how that. It's in the YouTube stuff. So if you like and share the video and comment on it, somehow that equates to better weather. I'm not really sure. It's science. It's absolutely 100% science verifiable.
I think it's more like, isn't it more like a video game? It's like, the more points you get.
Yeah. So exactly. So see science even there more.
Give
so,
them a boost. Yeah.
So as you
exactly.
see, it's just so anyway, thank you everybody. We appreciate you all. Have a great one. Keep it green, everybody. Thanks.